Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. Hang on a second here. I messed up. Hitting the buttons too fast here tonight. Let's try this again. Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday. Wednesday, I tell you, the 12th. The 12th day of January. How are you doing tonight? What is new and exciting in your world? What are you grateful for tonight? What is happening out there? What is shaking and baking in your world? I can't believe it's Wednesday already. Been a crazy day. Crazy. That's mine. I have time. Find all my notes for tonight. I am running late. Hello, Kitty. How are you? Happy Wednesday to you. Barb Gallo, good to see you tonight. Good to hear from you here in Pittsburgh, or from Pittsburgh. I'm not in Pittsburgh. Not today, anyways. I am broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook, you can hop on over to YouTube and find me there. Cassandra's got the link there for you in the show comments. What is everybody grateful for this hump day? Hump day, I tell you. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Dazzle and the pets of resale. It is treat time. Treat time, I tell you. It is great to be here with you. It is. It has been a crazy day. It has been a long day. Not a bad day, just a long day. A lot of good conversations with store owners today. A lot of getting stuff done. I was on site in the stores today. Yes, employees not sick is a good thing. I think right now we have 2 out, not themselves sick. Kids sick or kids potentially sick or something. But we don't actually have them out for being sick right now. But we've been doing better with that right now, today. I mean, there is a lot of variability in that, where that's going from one day to the next. But, we actually have some people making up some time this week. So we've been pumping through a lot of inventory this week, which is good. I want to talk about that variability for a minute because it's been a topic in the news media and topic of that reporters have been reaching out about. Where's my glasses? Oh, there they are. I came home and I dumped so much stuff on my desk I couldn't find them. All right. We are in the Stay Positive book, which is so important. Jake, now more than ever, it's a time for action. It's a time for getting things done. It's a time to tune out the distractions and the noise from the doomsayers and the naysayers and focus on what truly matters and what truly will help you create success. And Kelly here. Hey, Kelly, great to have you here. Happy holiday. Yes, that actually is a perfect from the Stay Positive book is actually a perfect lead-in to what I was going to talk about with reporters. There is a great urge by reporters to say, okay, we got through the holidays, but now business must. And the Omicron and Deltacron and the Flucron. Take your pick of what's making things suck. Want to tell your story of why things suck. And I've had several different reporting requests about that want to talk about how things suck. And quite honestly, that is always the thing of the media. It's easy to tell the negative story. It is easy to shop for that. It is hard to stay positive. And it is why I still limit consumption. I don't want to have my head in the sand, but I do. Is there really a Deltacron? Well, I've seen it in print. Okay, I've seen people say Deltacron. So I didn't make that up. Kelly, you got to know I am not that creative. I am not creative enough to come up with these names. Flucron, Deltacron. No, I am not making this stuff up. But it's scary and it sounds bad. And people are getting sick. They're not getting as sick, but there are people in a hospital. All this is true. Okay, all that's true, that there are people that are sick. There are people in hospitals. There are people that have died. I'm not. I don't want to say that's fake news. What I'm saying is I choose the positive path. I choose that in spite of COVID, in spite of Deltacron, in spite of Omicron, in spite of Flucron, we are going to open our stores. We are going to do what's right and take care of our community and take care of our staff and take care of our suppliers and be the best in the community that we can. And we choose that every day. Hey, Rose, how are you? That is great. Rose has gone back to enforcing face mask usage be worn in her store. And 98% of her customers have been wildly supportive. And I love hearing that. Our bank has gone, our bank has gone back to enforcing mask mandates. We have not, but that is not out of, I wear my mask in the store all the time when I'm in the store, but it is out of wanting to, not wanting to play the mask police. And there's a lot of that up here on one side or the other. I just don't want to put my staff in that position. I don't want to put my staff in that position of being the mask police. So that is my thing there. Quarantines have been down, have been reduced to the CDC. They're all trying to get people back to work faster. It's been happening in healthcare. It's been all over the place with it. So I mean that is just a part of it. Ultimately, no. Again, I can't stress enough that you are the governor of your store. You are the governor of your store. Hey, Florida Angie, how are you? And for coming on live, Lori, too. You are the governor of your store. So you have to, it is okay, whatever you want to do. Masks, no masks, optional masks, mandated masks, that is entirely okay, whichever way you want to do it. I always have my mask handy. I always am wearing it in my stores to set the example, but I choose as the governor of our stores to not mandate it, mostly out of because I don't want my staff to be retaliated against. I don't want them to cringe. I don't want them to, tighten their shoulders every time the door opens. And so that's why I haven't done it in our community. And so I like what I think it was Kitty said. Her bank has gone back to drive-through only, and quite honestly, I would be okay with that if our bank did that. I understand what it is playing the mask police and asking their staff to play the mask police. It is draining. It is draining, and keep in mind, folks, you got to keep in mind, you are entering year 3. You're basically headed into year 3. This is week 95, 96 of it. You're almost to March. We're almost to start I'm there, Rose. 1 to 2% complaining is awesome, especially in Florida. Florida's been extremely independent with it. People are tired. So I get it. I really understand how people are tired, and they have other things. Everybody thought this was going to be over by now. And it is nowhere near over. Nowhere near over. Again, have a long outlook on this. Have a 5-year outlook on this. Have a law. If you're not expecting it to end tomorrow, you'll be happy if it ends sooner. But you've got to keep. I'm also a believer that we have to keep on living, but we have to support those around us, and that is our team. Okay, and I had a big discussion about this in a meeting I was in earlier. It is supporting your team, because they're the overwhelm, and especially this industry, we employ a lot of women. Okay, not only is this industry owned primarily, these stores are owned by women, but this industry employs overwhelmingly women in this industry. Okay, men are about a mere fraction of this industry, and I say that with that the brunt of dealing with everything has fallen on moms. Okay, whether that's the changes to the school schedule, the in and out of school. This week they they were near somebody that had COVID. Last week they had COVID. This week their teachers got it, so they aren't learning anything in school. There are so many things with that. Hey, Zach, how are you? Great to have you here live tonight. I hope you got your taco pass. The Taco Bell taco pass has gone national now. I hope you have your daily taco pass. But we have to protect our team, and I think that's partly what Kitty just said. More people are wearing masks. As I go into the store, more people are wearing masks on a regular basis, and that is a good thing. I don't want to be bullied by the complainers. It's different what I would take, okay, and how I would take it. So there's a difference there. I'm not in the store every day. I'm not on the front line every day. I can tell somebody to take a hike. I don't have a problem with that. But it wears much harder on the team, and that is, you have to keep in mind everything else that is weighing on them. I had one this week with a flat tire trying to get to work, and realized her new car doesn't have a spare. All these things. It's just the cumulative effect of 2 years of this, no end in sight, is wearing on a lot of people. And so that boils in frustration in some cases. But we have to deal with this because we have to move forward. Okay, we have to move forward. There's no turning back. That's awesome. Patience is more than a virtue. I would say, Rose. I would say patience is more than a virtue, and I'm glad that you have an employee with incredible patience, because that is very hard. That is very hard for a lot of people. Um, and people, you're doing what's right to keep your community safe, and that is the most important thing. I'm quite excited. Excited slash curious. I am going to a conference with the National Retail Federation this weekend, which will be my first in. It was probably my last in-person conference before COVID, um, and it will be my first in-person conference since. And they are doing a lot of extended procedures. So I look forward to letting you know this is going to be in New York City. Um, and they are doing a lot to keep people safe. They're also requiring, they are only allowing, vaccinated people to the conference. So, and it must be, certified, and they have all this stuff that they're doing to ensure it. Um, so it'll be interesting to follow that and see how that goes this weekend. But I am looking forward um, to that, and supporting the National Retail Federation's conference this weekend. And I will certainly report that. I expect to be on Sunday night, but I may be late. I either might be late or might be early, depending on how my schedule goes with that on Sunday. But I'll keep you posted as best as I can, because I will be there on Sunday, and I am looking forward to that. So I am. It should be an interesting visit um, for it, and it tends to be a very large conference. They're still talking. They're still hoping to have 15 to 20,000 people. I don't know if they'll really hit those numbers or not. But that is what I'm being told is the current expectation. I think people have a couple more days till they can cancel their hotels, so we'll see if those numbers really hold up. Well, it is. It has been a lifeline, and our connection with the National Retail Federation has been a huge thing, and all that they have helped support small business around the country, and that's really what I'm going to support them who have supported us. So going to that is really a thank you to them for all the support they have given small business they always have, but more people knew about it now with this, and they really they have a great. We're working hard to get small business included in if the restaurant revitalization fund gets refunded, to include retail as part of that. So if it gets refunded, I think there's a chance that retail's included. It is where it sits right now. Whether it gets refunded or not really kind of depends on the continued pain of Omicron and everything else. But there's going to be these curves in the road. Okay, it is not a straight path. As we step up again this year, as we take your business to the next level, it is not a straight path. So know that. It's okay. I know that it's not a straight path. We are not on a straight line course for this, because there are things like this that are outside our control. And I don't worry about things I can't control. I worry about things that do. We are planning for our growth this year, okay, and how we grow. Part of that, like we talked about, and I think it's really important, especially on a night like tonight, to talk about, is investing in our infrastructure. Okay. I talked about it last week, the week before. I've talked about it. Let's just leave it at that. When I talked about it, I don't know. But I gave the example of Target. Okay. and Target investing 4% of their sales in back into their business in some form or fashion. That can be new software, that could be lighting, that could be remodels of their stores, that could be all sorts of different things. That can be training for their staff, that could be taking their staff to conferences. There are all different ways that stores invest that 4%. But I use that number, okay, as a guidepost, because you're not going to invest the billions that Target is, but investing some percentage of your gross sales, taking some percentage of your gross sales and investing it in your business is a wise thing. And putting a number on it, putting a percentage like that, like Target did, okay, is very pointed, because then it becomes real. When you put a number on it like that, now it's real. Now that's a real budget. Now that's real things that you're going to do. And I posted earlier this week on, excuse me, hang on one second, the lighting project we did, which has been amazing. I mean, the lighting that we have done, I mean, it is crazy how bright our stores are. and that was mostly funded by the utilities, partially with their own COVID relief dollars. But we didn't pay. We paid a fraction. Uh, we paid a fraction of that, which is nice. And well, I'm going to come back to your question in just 1 second, Rose. Other projects we have is enhanced training programs for our staff. We're investing in different tools. We're investing in infrastructure like we're one of the other things we invested in. I was excited to see ship today was Apple Pay for our registers. And I use the example of Apple Pay because which I had never really used before until recently, which is quite convenient, by the way. But Apple Pay, Google Pay, the pay by phone, because especially the younger generation, doesn't carry their wallet on them. So if you can't take Apple Pay, you're really up the creek. They get to the register, and what do you mean? You're not going to take that. You're not going to take Venmo. You're not going to take, so if you don't have that tool available to you, it could be costing you business. And it was something, so that was a good investment. We are looking at updating our carpeting and flooring in some of our locations. So we're doing these different things to invest in our infrastructure, in our teams to be better. The best investment, Rose, is always in your education. You can invest in you, okay? That investment will always pay the biggest. So I list that one first. Okay, and we are doing that with some programs, and we're looking down the road to invest in others with our team to raise our team up. Because if we can do that, if we can level up our team, okay, that will help level up the business. So, but what's important to you? Again, if you read my article last month, this month's article, I lose track because I'm writing them in advance. This month's article, the article that's in the January, we're not in June yet, the January newsletter, the January NARTS newsletter, I talk about leveling up your business. I talk about picking, some big goals, setting some big goals. Well, what tools do you need to help achieve those goals? What skills do you not have to be able to achieve those goals? And where can you learn them? How can you invest in yourself and learn them, or hire them, or buy them? What can you do to gain that knowledge, to grow, to take yourself and your store to the next level? And so reread my January article. And I just finished, before Adele was chasing me down, I finished my February one. I'm still writing my articles. I used to write articles several months at a time. And I find myself in this pandemic world that we're still in, writing them closer to deadline, not because I'm trying to give Adele a heart attack, but because I'm trying to make them as timely as possible. I'm trying to make them as relatable to what's going on in your world as possible. Because what's happening in your world's happening in another store world's happening in my world. These are things we're all dealing with and working on. So setting that time aside, that investment, Rose, might be just time off so you can work on other things, which may mean hiring someone and investing in them and training them. There's all different ways to invest, but investing in people will have some of your biggest results, or systems that assist your team and make your life easier will help that. And the February article is great. There, you heard it. It's and anybody that's listening that's written an article knows sometimes you write it and you're like, is this? It's okay. But then when Adele says it's great, it's great. It's always that outside opinion. It's always that outside opinion, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I was just so excited. I was telling somebody else that I had finished it, and they're like, "You finished it? Adele isn't even chasing you yet." I'm like, "I know." It was like, I had this idea on my head, and I just had to start typing. I got on the computer the other day, and I was just going boom. It all came out. Well, I am coming. This is our year of Disney. So for those, I don't know that I fully explained our year of Disney. It's funny that you mentioned that, Rose, because we just booked our next trip the other night. We just booked our next Disney trip the other night. And it's just a couple weeks away. Um, so when we were at our first Disney trip, um, because I don't know that I've actually explained this. I explained that we went back again, but on our first Disney trip, um, back in November, Disney made us a deal, and I like it. You know me, I like a deal. Okay, it is, and they offered us to convert the money that we already spent with Disney to an annual pass. So the money that we spent for that week we were there in November, they said, we'll apply that to an annual pass. And that basically made an annual pass a no-brainer. And part of what I said prior to them making that offer is we were talking as a family, and I was like, we need to plan our next trip. And I said that from the perspective of not intending that we'd be headed right back to Disney, but I said that from the perspective of it was a very good mindset to have that trip on our calendar. It was good for all of our mental health to have that in ink on the calendar, boom, done. And it was very good for that. So when we booked the second trip, which I didn't expect to be so soon, in December, before Christmas, that was amazing. And then, so Rebecca and Cassandra have outlined different festivals they want to go to and not have the stress of running from one end of the park to the other and everything else, but go and take it and take in some of the wonderful Disney festivals that they have throughout the year. So I know Christmas time was kind of food and wine. I think the next festival is like arts or something. I don't really know. I stay out of those details, but like the middle of January through February is some other festival at Epcot. And so we're going the last week of January. We are going to Disney again. We booked it just the other night. So we are excited to be able to do that and take advantage of the passes that we bought. But more and more importantly, take advantage of the time. Okay, time is your most valuable commodity. You are your most valuable commodity. And so, taking advantage of that, we are incredibly more productive because we're taking time off, because we're doing that. But we work really, really hard, just like you, when we're there. When we're not, we work very hard, but we're working with our goals in mind and how to achieve them. And so we knocked some big goals out last year. We're going to knock some big goals out this year. Um, and we are going to build a better continue to build a better business, continue to build a much better business, and that is what we are doing. Um, and a business that remember, your business should serve you. Okay, you should not be a servant to your business. Your business should serve you. It is what it's designed for. Uh, oh, I love that, Rose. Well, that's a vision board. So make it real. So what is it going to take to make the fashion safari a rainforest cafe setting? It doesn't have to all happen with a snap of a finger. Everybody gets the idea that everything happens. That's that old, you're an overnight success thing. No, you're not an overnight success. It happens with practice. It happens with refining your skill. And it happens with working your plan and working your vision. Joy, how are you? Great to have you here. Great to have you here. I thought of you today, Joy. Actually, I thought of you today. I'm like, because someone not in Canada, but that far over is having me in the U.S. all the way to the northwestern U.S. is having me come to their store, and I'm like, oh my God, this is like when I flew to Joy. This is you know. Rose, and that's important. So you're setting your goal, okay, of the place you're trying to create, okay, but it doesn't have to be a snap of a finger to create that. It's the incremental steps, the steps you take on your journey, okay. And a lot of times people just need a guide to walk with them on the journey, okay, Rose. You know, oh, I so wish I could come again. I so wish I could come again. I had such a good time with the turnabout ladies. Um, the it is guiding you on your journey. It is walking with you on your journey as you create this. You get bogged down in the day to day. You get bogged down in the day to day, and you don't see the progress you are making, the steps you are taking to level up, because it is going to be another level. It is going to be you are going to take it. Every one of us that is watching tonight has to take their business to yet another level. You have to step up. Okay, if you're not planning to step up, you might as well be rolling down the staircase. Okay, but I don't. So often people look up at the staircase and just get afraid. It's not about the whole staircase. It's just about the next step to keep you on your journey and keep you moving forward. To keep you moving forward. That is what is so exciting. That is what is so important, so that we can do that, because the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. There is so much amazing stuff that we are still building, and that you are still building. Your story isn't done. Just like you said, Rose, okay? Taking yours to the extreme. What is that? Draw me a picture. Paint me a picture. Be a Picasso. A destination location. A destination location. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay? The place that people beat their friends to. Okay? I love that. I love that. Okay? There's no dream that can't be realized. There's no dream, The whole Disney idea is what if? What if? What if? You know? Tonight we were looking at, we got the carpet samples in for one of the locations, and I'm like, which one are we going with? And Cassandra got all the ladies to gang up on me. Okay, and she's like, well, we want these two. And I'm like, what do you mean you want these two? I'm like, but what if? I'm like, that's the carpet guy's problem. That's the carpet guy's problem. That's not my problem to say how to make. Well, every so often work some of this carpeting. Go this way. Go that way. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to tell the carpet guy that, but that's the amazing thing. It is. You go with what if, and when you say what if, when you say instead of that you can't, well, what if, and you're like, sure, what the heck, you only live once, what if, sure we can do that. That is the mindset. That is the mindset that allows you to take the next step. That kind of mindset says, yeah, we can do that. We can do that. And especially in that one location, now that it's so bright in there, you see all the imperfections in the floor and everything else and the paint and other things. So we will take that next step and we will move ourselves forward and we will make things happen. Yes, we will. What else will make happen is this video and everything we talk about. This video and everything we talk about goes over to narts.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. All the files, all the links, they're all there at narts.org/resale strong, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and you can ring that bell. Ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all of your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We're going to help everybody get to the other side. We will get back to the wheel. I was going to talk about the wheel tonight, but we'll get back to your lumpy wheels. We will get back to those. So if you have not done your Wheel of Life, watch either Sunday or last Wednesday's episode, because we will be coming back to that. That link is in the Narts private Facebook group and at narts.org/resale strong. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at more 8 than ish, although I will probably be either early or late next Sunday. I'll keep you posted. I will keep you posted on that. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with our new book, Stay Positive. Thank you, Angie, for that. Tonight, we're on page 8. No more than ever, it is a time for action. It's a time for getting things done. It's a time to tune out the distractions, the noise from the doomsayers and the naysayers, and focus on what truly matters and what truly will help you create success. God has something great for you, but you must take action with faith and go through a battle to seize it. It's never going to be easy. It's not supposed to be. The struggle builds your character, fosters humility, develops your strength, and makes you appreciate the journey. There you go, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until Sunday night at more 8 than ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you on Sunday. It's time for dinner.